Hi friends, today I am planning to make Murukk. Now this Murukk doesn't need any introduction because that name is very popular among Indians. This Murukk is generally made using a combination of rice flour and the flour made from lentils or pulses. Say for example, it is made using a combination of rice flour and besan, that is gram flour, or we call it kadlamava in Malayalam. And also it can be made in a different way, like rice flour along with a flour that is made from urad dal, which we call as ulnaparippu in Malayalam. So today I will be making the murukk, that is made of a combination using rice flour and besan. So let us first have a look at the ingredients. So here I have taken rice flour. This is in fact raw rice flour, and then you can see this measurement. This is just a andas. I have taken 1 glass, and for that I have taken 1/3 of besan, that is kadla mava. Then the other ingredients are salt to taste, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Then I have taken some AJWAIN, that is carom seeds, or we call it the aimodagam. And you can see this JEERA, that is cumin seeds, and this til. You can go in for black til also, that is SEASAME seeds or ella, which we call it in Malayalam. And then we need some water for making the dough and some oil. This oil we actually require it for making the dough in order to make it soft. Then another thing that we need is this murukk maker. In fact, you can make plenty of items using this maker, because I'll show you the different molds. You can see this mold. It has this, when you press it, when you squeeze the dough, you will get murukk like this. Or you can even make murukk using this star. This mold is generally used for making sevaga, or we can make sev. The sev that we can make with just besan, or you can make different snacks using these different perforations. But today I'll be making use of this particular mold with this perforation. So first what we have to do is we have to mix all the dry ingredients, that is this rice flour, this besan, red chili powder, AJWAIN, then this JEERA, til, and the required amount of salt. You have to mix it together in a bowl, and then use just enough water to make a smooth, or rather very soft dough. So here I have made the dough. You can see the dough. I applied some oil also in order to make it soft. So I just made this dough and I kept it like this for around 20 minutes or so. Now the only thing remaining is making the murukk. But before that we have to see whether this dough is of the right consistency. For that you just take a sample of this dough. I'll just show you. And just take a small portion like this, and I'll press it. So it is coming, but the problem is I had to apply a lot of pressure here. So if you feel that you have to apply a lot of pressure, that means the water content is rather little less. So what you have to do, you have to dip your hands in that water, or you have to just add a few drops of water and then knead it again, so that this dough becomes little more soft. Or sometimes what happens is, when you just press this dough, water oozes out first. In that case, what you have to do, you have to make you have to understand the fact that it contains more water, and in that case you have to add a little bit of rice flour and besan and then make a smooth dough. So before putting it in the oil, before rather frying it in the oil, make sure that you take a sample of the dough and try it here. So here I'll be adding, I'll just dip my hands here and I'll just knead it once again. Now I kneaded the dough again using some water and some oil. Now it is of correct consistency. Now we have to fry this murukk. There is one more method of making this dough. In case you don't get this rice flour easily, if it is not easily available in the market, what you can do is you have to soak raw rice for around 3 to 4 hours. Then you have to grind it to a very smooth, very fine paste. Then immediately you put it in the fridge, because if you keep it outside it might turn sour. And after some time, that is when you are ready to make the murukk, you will find that that paste has water on top. You just transfer the water into a glass, and into that thick batter you put all the other dry ingredients like this besan, this JEERA, AJWAIN, salt, this sesame seeds and chili powder, and then make a dough. In that case you need not add water, because that batter or the thick batter, it already contains water. Then you can make the dough of this consistency and you can make the murukk. So it will be as good as the murukk that you make with this rice flour. So I just gave you an alternative method of making this murukk, and whenever you make this murukk, sometimes you feel that this dough again becomes dry. So in that case you have to repeat the same method. Just wet your hands and knead the dough so that it flows through the holes very smoothly. So now let us start making our murukk. For that, I'll just place the oil. Here I'll be using coconut oil for this purpose, but then you can go in for refined oil also. Now the oil is hot. I'll just put it in medium position, and then I'm making the murukk. You have to be careful. I'll just turn it over. Now you can see plenty of bubbles. When the bubbles cease to exist, it means that our murukk is ready. So till then I'll just toss it. So now you can see that no bubbles are there. So that means our murukk is ready. I'll just take it out from the oil and put it on this tawa. Now I'll make one more. Now I'll just toss it to the other side. You can still see some bubbles. Now you can see that there are no bubbles here. So that means our murukk is ready. So I'll just switch off this flame and then I'll take it out. So I'll just break it and show you. You can hear the sound. I'll just eat it. It's very tasty and very easy to make. So while using this particular combination, that is a combination of rice flour and besan, it is better that you go for this particular mold, because if you use this mold, it doesn't come out properly. That is, you don't get that crispiness. I have tried it out many times. So I would suggest you go for this particular mold while using the combination like this, that is a combination of rice and besan. If you are planning to use this particular mold, I suggest you go for a different combination, that is a combination of rice powder with urad dal. I'll get back to that later on. So it is very tasty snack with tea, coffee, or you can even have it as a substitute for papad while having rice also. So I guess you will definitely give it a try, and you can give your feedbacks in the comment section. In fact, these feedbacks they inspire me to make more interesting videos. So you can see the murukk now. I have broken it into small pieces. So they form a very important ingredient for the homemade mixture. I'll be getting to that later on sometime. So as of now, it is Tata bye bye from me. Take care and have a nice day.